to you from Seattle tonight, where the roof at T-Mobile Park has been closed for comfort. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Number 41, the native of Colorado, gets the start on the mound. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Ready now is Carlos Martinez. And we are set for baseball here this evening. In there, 0-1. And fellas, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners at the start of play here tonight. They come out of the gate slowly. Just one of their first 4 have been wins.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, D-Row, talk about a team that's scuffling right now. I had a chance to talk to the manager before the game. He's not happy. The players aren't happy.
Yeah, and just a malaise has kind of come over this clubhouse. We had a chance, like you said, to walk through it a little bit. The boys are not jumping around. This is a big game today.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Now another 0-2.
1 ball.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Hit on the ground to short. He's got it. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here 3-4 game set 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves. Line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it.
Steve Lyons comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one. Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, D-Row, James Kingley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited, keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball and strike umpire.
Yeah, James Kingsley will never show you up, and he's always approachable.
Now a little looper down the left field line. In there, a base hit.
That ball just landed in front of the left fielder for a single. You know, the batter wants that one back. He thought he should have drove it a little bit better than that, but a knock is a knock.
In now, Carlton Fisk. A ball and no strikes. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
Hey, be on the lookout right here. Usually when a pitcher drops in a curveball for a strike looking, now he'll try and throw it in the dirt, get you to fish a little bit. I want to see where he goes here.
Taken off the outside as the breaking ball couldn't catch the corner. The 2-1. Grounded down the third baseline. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
He just smoked this ball right down the line. Take a look here. Hard to tell if it was fair or foul in real time, but you can see it flies right over the bag. Ump was all over it and made a great call.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. To the plate now, number 43, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. Set to deliver the 0-1. into right field. That's a base hit. And not in time as the run scores. Now the throw comes in to hold that second runner at third, so they're at the corners now with still only one away.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
0-1 the count. Has a look, now the pitch.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
You know, all the pitchers I talked to throughout the course of my career, they always said they wanted to establish the heater the first time through the order. Right there, he kind of took a different route, thrown a nasty changeup.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Now a fastball. Oh, strike 3 called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, man, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
Swing and a liner. And this is going to wind up as extra bases, as that'll play 1 for sure and maybe a second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
The pitcher's jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire here. A second run scores, and now he's got 2 men in scoring position, and is danger of letting this thing get completely away from him. We'll see if he can put out the fire here, or if the inferno rages on.
Standing in now, Darryl Boston, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Second and third, 2 away. 2 balls and no strikes to the White Sox left fielder. And it's fouled away. Again, another foul ball. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
Ah, man, just a hair early on that one and just pulled it foul. He's going to have to find a way to refocus. Not easy to...
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the third out. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the White Sox 2 and the Mariners coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Jack McDowell will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Now to the plate, Harold Reynolds. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Mariners, the second baseman, Harold Reynolds.
Pitch on the way. And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. Been a middling start to the season as they come in 2-3 over their first 5.
Yeah, Matty, a lot of things trending in the right direction for this team. They won their last game, they scored a bunch of runs, and let's see if they continue that today.
Hit on the ground to third, reined in, and that's the first out.
Batting second.
And now a quick look at the Mariners starting lineup in this one. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, I'll keep an eye on the leadoff guy and see what he can do in this one. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
Into the box now, Omar. Now the 1-0. On the ground, softly towards second. Throw to Thomas is in time for the out.
Batting third, the first baseman, Alvin Davis.
And now Alvin Davis. First pitch on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Two out, nobody on. And he takes a called strike 1. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there. And even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
Lifted the other way out to left center. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the offense right there. Nice piece of hitting. Executed his pitch away again, but the hitter was able to stay on time.
At the plate, Jay Buhner, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1.
Tough spot to hit here as a hitter. You have a base open, so you have to almost be trying to think like the pitcher. Is he going to try to pitch around me, or is he going to come in the strike zone?
Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll flip this one on to first as he works his way out of the jam, and the inning is over. So they can't make anything out of the 2-out double. Don't go anywhere. More Tuesday night baseball after this. And stepping in, Frank Thomas. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
For me, this is an important add-on inning here. Their little lead is cute. I like it, but keeping the pressure on, building that lead, that's how you bury someone.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Hit back up the middle, and that's through for a hit. So with that, the White Sox put their leadoff hitter aboard to start the inning.
Hey, the offense did their homework coming into this one. There's another leadoff knock in the second. That makes 5. That makes 5 hits already for these guys.
So now to the plate, Ozzie Guillen. Ball one. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. The 1-0.
Hey.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
There goes the runner. Hit hard towards the hole. And that finds its way through for a base hit. And they won't even attempt to run on that arm in right. So despite the runner moving on the pitch,
Martinez.
at the plate now, Carlos Martinez, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 1-0 delivery. Thomas over at second. Guillen on at first with nobody out. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. The 3-2 one more time. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Left fielder giving chase. He makes the play. Runner tags and heads for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with 1 away.
All right, guys, here's Seattle's defensive alignment. And, guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
In now, Steve Lyons, 1-0 the count. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Rip toward the gap in right. In to score is the runner from first. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Standing in now, Carlton Fisk. Now a ball crushed high in the air, deep to left, way back there, and that one is long gone. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Second home run early in the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
No surprise with that swing of the bat. This guy is simply one of the best in the game right now. There's not too many guys that take a beautiful hack like that in the league.
Now batting, number 43.
Stepping in now, number 43. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one.
This lineup has a chance to knock this guy right out of the game. 4 runs in the inning, and they smell blood.
Boy, Dero, you hit the nail right on the head right now. This is a team that can score some runs. They have a pitcher that's reeling right now. They need to knock him out and knock him out ASAP.
And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. That one's out of here. Back-to-back home runs. So a solo shot here to left center field. Home run number 3 here in the early going as this lead swells to 7-0.
Boy, talk about when you're hot, you're hot. Gets 2 bombs yesterday and another long bomb so far today. When this guy gets hot, he's near impossible to stop. I'm not giving this guy a pitch anywhere close to him.
The center fielder, number 24. Dan Pascal.
Here comes the Seattle skipper on his way to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll depart here tonight, and these fans will not be terribly appreciative, I don't imagine, as he was pretty much dreadful in this one. Number 55 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
Now pitching for the Mariners, number 55.
To the plate now, Dan Pascal. He swings and crushes it. Oh my, there is no doubt about this one, and they've done it again. Back-to-back-to-back home runs. So that's his first home run in the big leagues, and it's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Matt. People ask him 50 years from now who he hit it off of and what stadium he was playing in, and he'll remember it all. Heck, he'll probably remember what kind of pitch it was, too. Hopefully he can get the ball back so that can go in his trophy case forever.
Now batting.
At the plate, Ivan Calderon. As they look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. 0-1 count and the pitch. Fastball called for strike 2. A bouncer up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The batter, the left fielder, Darryl Boston.
So next to bat will be Darryl Boston. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Grounded softly down the line toward first. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit in the air out to left field. Number 8 is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. But they managed to bat around as 9 men come to the plate and 6 of them score. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. White Sox on top, 8-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate will be the speedy outfielder,
The
Griffey.
center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr.
First pitch on its way.
Hey, with this big a lead, you have to just pound the zone and force this team to get aggressive in the box.
The 1-0 home. is laid off for ball 2.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Well, he just threw that fastball by him. Pops this one up. Martinez is there. 1 away.
Batting 6th.
Okay,
The
guys,
catcher.
here's how the Southsiders are
Scott
lining up on D today.
Bradley.
And, guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Into the box now, Scott Bradley. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Lifted in the air out to left. Boston is over just a few steps to his right as he takes it for route number 2.
Batting 7th. The designated hitter, Jeffrey Leonard.
Next to stand in is Jeffrey Leonard. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch as the fastball is swung on and missed. Good location down at the knees for strike 1.
Some guys are great low ball hitters, but most guys, especially guys with pop like this, they're hunting for the ball belt high and above. So that was a nicely spotted fastball down in the zone.
Fouled off. A swing and a ground ball to third. Scooped up. Throw onto the big target of Frank Thomas will take care of him, and that will end the inning. Mariners are down in order. They're on the short end of an 8-0 score. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the third. Heidi?
Well, Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the White Sox offense with their manager in between innings. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said it's one of those games where everything has come together for his hitters. From their approach to their swings to the results. It's all working. One key indicator of that, 6 extra base hits to this point in the game.
All right. Thanks, Heidi. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the veteran first baseman, Frank Thomas. Here it comes. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. This is popped up, and no one will get this one. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Ready with another 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. And that's a fair ball, line to the right side.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with 2 strikes, and this guy's able to put bat on baseball and find a way to hit a soft liner to the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap. That inside-out swing as a pitcher, you think you've thrown a good pitch, but sometimes as a hitter, they put a good swing on it and still ends up for a base hit.
Ozzie Guillen's at the plate now as he looks at strike 1. The 0-1. Line, but speared on a hop. To second for one. On to first, and they turn the double play.
The batter, the third baseman, Carlos Martinez.
Now at the plate is Carlos Martinez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him.
Everything this guy throws moves, and that two-seamer has a mind of its own.
The 1-0 home. Finds the zone, strike one. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Right to him. Throw to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. Nothing doing here for the White Sox as the lead holds at 8-0. So now here is number 8. Comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
The left fielder,
The
number
pitch.
8.
Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
The 1-2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Here now the 2-2. On the ground to the right side. And that is through into right field for a single. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Greg has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
At the plate now, Jim Presley, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. A runner at first with no outs here. And he fouls this one off. Fouled away. Here it comes on 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now a swing as he stays alive as this is fouled back right off the catcher's arm.
Interesting pitch selection right there. In off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
Two and two. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
The batter, number 4.
So the lineup flips
Second
over and
baseman,
digging in, Harold Reynolds. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Looked like he went around that time. They'll appeal down to third, and yes, sir, it's strike one. Runner at first here, one man out. And it's fouled away. Now look out as he's got to hit the deck here. It's ball one. Now time asked for and granted by the home plate umpire. The 1-2. Now a swing as he stays alive as this is fouled back right off the catcher's arm. Runners on first with one down. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. He'll try again. 1-2. Swing and a little tapper. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
First pitch on the way. Omar Vizquel is at the plate as he watches ball one. Here's a look over to first. And he is tagged out here. Boy, a bad mistake that time as he's picked off to end the inning. Mariners go down quietly there. Still 8-0. At the plate now is Steve Lyons. He doubled his last time up.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. Left side. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth. Ready to take his hacks again. Carlton Fisk lasted a 2-run homer in his last at bat. First pitch of the AB on its way.
Ball one, no strike.
8 runs, 11 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Now the 2-1 pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike two. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first two are retired here to begin inning number 4. Ready now for the White Sox, number 43. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run. Pitch on the way. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. His second home run of the game as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Well, as a team, they've gone yard 4 times, and this guy's accounted for half of them. Memo to all pitchers the rest of the game: if this guy comes to the plate, you might want to pitch around him.
Standing in now, Dan Pascal, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the White Sox 9 and the Mariners nothing. Digging in will be Omar Vizquel. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Omar Vizquel.
Here's the first pitch. As he'll chase one up around the letters here for strike 1.
I'm going to need to see a better game plan out of the hitter right here. That ball was at his eyes.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
The 1-2. Skied into straightaway right. Calderon is there, and he has it for the out.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, Alvin Davis.
Next for Seattle, Alvin Davis. '50th pitch of the game on its way.
1-0.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. 2-0 now.
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
.2-0 count, the pitch.
Oh, that's off the plate.
Jay Buhner is on deck. .3-0 pitch. And that's low, ball 4.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's
right
given up,
fielder,
along with a
19.
couple of hits, so his command has
Jay
been pretty solid so far.
Buhner.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Jay Buhner. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
Oh, it's hit to third. 5. 1 there. And a good save at first on the offline throw, so they just get the 1.
Well, he definitely rushed himself on that return throw to first there, and he threw it away. They got to force it second, and the runner didn't advance, so it'll just be scored a fielder's choice.
Stepping in now, Ken Griffey Jr. as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Comes set and the 0-1. This is pulled into right, and that'll get down for a base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, I like this right here. Offense putting a little bit of pressure right here on the defense. This game is not over yet. And if somebody can catch a gap or maybe hit one out, we got a chance to get back in this ball game. We might have something here.
To the plate now, Scott Bradley, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. That evens it up 1-1. From the belt, the pitch. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Mariners leave a couple. They're down 9-0. So stepping in is Ivan Calderon. He doubled earlier in the game. 1 for 2 to this point.
Calderon.
Now the first pitch.
Nope.
That's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
Called strike at the knees. 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm. A base hit.
That was actually a well-executed fastball in off the plate.
Chicago.
Credit the offensive player. He smelled that coming, turned and burned.
Boston.
At the plate, Darryl Boston, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. From the belt, the pitch. Behind 0-2 now. Calderon gets his lead at first, nobody out. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
Fouled off. Here's another 1-2. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Now another 1-2. Another one sent foul. Now this is hit not all that hard out to second. Reined in. And indeed, he won't try to force it at second. He'll just flip on to first for the sure out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
So now to the plate, Frank Thomas, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a liner. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 10-0 score.
The bat, number 13, shortstop, Ozzie Guillen.
At the plate now, Ozzie Guillen, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And this will be fouled away. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Reynolds moving to his left. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting, the third baseman, Carlos Martinez.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Carlos Martinez grounded out in his last at bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch as he lifts it in the air to right field. He's under it, and that ends the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 5th coming up, and the White Sox are out in front 10-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Mariners manager Scott Service during the break about his team's offensive performance so far, and he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs, so the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. In now the Mariners DH, Jeffrey Leonard. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can tell in between innings, the veterans in that dugout going up and down the line, trying to keep this lineup from getting super frustrated. They just have to find a way to piece it together. Maybe pass the baton, get some wheels in motion, maybe get aggressive on the base paths if they can get somebody on.
The 1-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in the zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Now the 2-0. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Center fielder on the run. He's there and records the first out.
Now batting, number 8.
Now at the plate, here is number 8, singled in his last at bat. First pitch on the way. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe that pitch is coming again right here.
Hit out towards second. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Up next for Seattle, the third baseman, Jim Presley.
Digging in next, Jim Presley. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Oof, looks like he's chasing butterflies with that swing. It's 0-1.
I mean, that's a classic case of coming off your backside right there. He lost his entire back leg, was out in front, couldn't keep his hands back.
The 0-1 on its way. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Boston is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Harold Reynolds.
Into the box, Harold Reynolds struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
The 1-0 is taken for ball 2. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
From the stretch. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. Here's the 3-1.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's a strikeout, score at 2-3, and the inning is over. And now in the box, Steve Lyons. 2 RBIs already, looking for more here.
Steve Lyons.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And, oh, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike. 0-1. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Now here it comes. Swing and a liner. Griffey Jr. patrolling center makes the play. 1 out.
Now back.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Here's the first pitch to him. Carlton Fisk stands in as he checks his swing here for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike 2. One and 2 to the White Sox catcher.
Listen, I'm not trying to make up an excuse, but this is this guy's 5th inning of work in this game out of the bullpen. Are you kidding me? Nobody goes 5 innings anymore.
The 1-2.
What pitch recognition right there. 90% of the guys are going fishing after that nasty slider.
Now that's popped up. Davis in foul ground, and a diving effort, but it's out of his reach. A foul ball. Grounder down the line at third. He's got it. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
Number 43 stands in looking for home run number 3 right here as you see what he's done so far in this one. Number 45 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
Number 45.
First delivery to him.
Nope.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
And he gets there, makes the running play, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the White Sox, but they still hold a 10-0 lead. Now at the plate, Omar Vizquel, and plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered one hit to the top three guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
Here's the first pitch.
Nope, that's the ball.
On its way is pitch number 75. And that swung on and missed on a pitch down 1-1.
Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Outside, 2-1. And he fouls this one off. Outside and a full count, 3-2.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Count remains full. The next 3-2. Pulled toward right center field. Calderon moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number one.
The first baseman, Alvin Davis.
Striding in is Alvin Davis. Now the first pitch. One out, nobody on. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
We've seen this before. Fastballs in, then breaking balls away. That's been his plan of attack throughout the first half of this game.
Now the 2-0 home.
Ball 3.
He loses him on ball 4.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
So next to hit is Jay Buhner. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. He's set and the pitch. In there for strike one. Some action now in the White Sox bullpen. They'll stand up a lefty and a right-hander to throw. From the stretch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
Davis, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Now the 2-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because
fielder,
if it's put in play,
24.
there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works too.
Junior.
In now, Ken Griffey Jr. as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your cap right there. You execute a nice pitch down in the zone, think you're going to get a ground ball or a swing and a miss, and you find yourself with a man on first. Got to regroup.
Into the box now, Scott Bradley, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Fouled away.
Man, the Mariners have been looking for that big hit pretty much all game long. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. Mariners leave a couple. Lead looks insurmountable here. They're down 10-0. Now it'll be Dan Pascal. He went down looking in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, Matty, and he was locked up by a good fastball for strike 3 last time. I'm interested to see if they attack him the same way. Come at him with hard velo late or snap something off in the dirt to see if he'll fish.
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
Oh, I love that pitch right there. Up and in. Jam. Sandwich.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
That's the 3rd time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Into the box, Ivan Calderon. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. And that's it.
Now batting, the left fielder, Darryl Boston.
To the plate now, Darryl Boston, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Missed low and inside with it. 1-1. Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And this will get all the way to the wall now. The relay throw, but he is in there with a triple. They'll extend their lead here as the runner scores from first.
You take a look at this one as it flies into the gap. Both outfielders give it a chase, but they can't catch up to it. Next thing you know it, one hops the wall, and he's busting his hump around second on his way to third.
Standing in now, Frank Thomas, as he rips it on the ground to second. Throw will be to first for the second out, but meanwhile another run is in to score.
And here with the infield back, they were giving him the run on a ground ball, so he just takes advantage of that and drives the run home. Good approach.
Next to dig in, Ozzie Guillen. And now the first pitch, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Down the third baseline. Fielded cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. Get up and stretch now here in the Great Northwest. The White Sox lead it 12-0. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Jeffrey Leonard. Flew out last time up.
Jeffrey Leonard.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And it's fouled away. Now a ball hit in the air to straightaway left. This is carrying well. Out of here. A solo shot here to left. Second home run early in the year, but that'll do little more than make a dent in this big deficit.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows. Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat. Being shut out all game, but not anymore.
Here comes Tony La Russa out of his foxhole at the end of the dugout. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. Tired a bit as he reached the 7th, but he's got a shot at the victory if his bullpen can help him out. Richard Dotson comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7.
Richard Dotson.
So now to the plate, number 8.
Number 8.
As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's got hits in both of his at-bats so far in this one. A 2-0 count to the Mariners left fielder. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
The 3-0 pitch. And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
It's all a part of learning how to pitch in the big leagues. Major league hitters will not bail you out by swinging at pitches out of the zone, so he's going to have to continue to learn how to get guys out at this level.
Next, here is Jim Presley. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch on its way.
Ball that's outside.
Now the 1-0.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
The 1-1 home. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Nobody out, runner on first. Three and 1 now. Harold Reynolds will be next. The 3-1 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And that'll get over the wall for a ground rule double, and that'll keep runners at second and third now with still nobody out.
Hey, it's hard to say if he would have scored if the ball hadn't hopped over the wall. They might have held the runner at third because there were no outs, but who knows? Either way, they'll still wind up with a runner at second and third and still no outs after the ground rule double.
At the plate, Harold Reynolds batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now the 0-1. Up. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
They get the run there, but this
13.
late in the game with the lead in hand, you'll definitely trade an out for a run. That doesn't mean a whole lot.
Next to hit, Omar Vizquel. They've got 2 already home in the inning and a potential third waiting in the wings only 90 feet away. First pitch on its way. Pulled toward right center field. Center fielder on the run. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly.
That was a good controlled swing out of him there. And that's exactly what he was hoping to do. Get it into the outfield and pick up the RBI.
So no one on now after the sac fly. And set to go is the rookie first baseman, Alvin Davis. Fouled off. Three runs already home here. And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
Pitcher's got options here. He looked a little bit out front. Might be able to rush a fastball by him.
Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And that ends the inning. So they get 3 runs on 2 base hits, with one of them being the big home run. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the White Sox 12 and the Mariners 3. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Carlos Martinez.
Carlos Martinez.
First pitch of the AB on its way. And he lays off there, 1-0.
1-0.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. The 1-1. This pitch is popped up. Reynolds is under it. 1 away.
Up next for the White Sox, the second baseman, Steve Lyon.
Up next for Chicago, Steve Lyons. He's 2 for 4 in this one. And now the first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
Boy, that's one of the toughest pitches to lay off. A hard breaking ball at the back foot. Tough take on a terrific pitch.
Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Left side, but well foul. Bases are empty, 1 man out. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Griffey Jr. is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Now batting, catcher, Carlton Fisk.
So now into the box is Carlton Fisk. He's got 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Now the first pitch. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in an 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Hard hit towards center. Griffey Jr. finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They lead it big, though. It's 12-3. Bottom of the inning now, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Jay Buhner.
The right fielder, Jay.
First offering on its
Buhner.
way. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Wow, great pitch right there, right? Changing speeds. How about that straight changeup? How about that swing? Howdy, if you're waving at me.
Just a touch outside. 1-2.
Definitely not what you're trying to do here. 0-2 with a curveball. You see a lot of guys elevate a fastball like that in this situation, but a curve like that is just asking to get punished.
This is in the air out to straightaway center. Pascal is there, and he has it for the first out.
Up next for Seattle, the center fielder, Ken Griffey.
Now in the box, Ken Griffey Jr. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Here's the pitch.
It goes to show you you'll take location over velocity any day. That pitch didn't light up the radar gun, but you can't do anything with that as a batter when it's executed in such a good spot.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Popped him up. Martinez has a play, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The catcher, number 9.
Stepping in next, Scott Bradley. He flew out in his last AB. First delivery to him.
Ball, that count.
2 out, nobody on. Bullet back up the middle. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. They're down a bunch. It's 12-3. So to the plate is the White Sox DH, number 43. Already a pair of long balls on his line in this one, so we'll see what else he has in store here. And a great start to the ninth, as this ought to be extra bases. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
He just tattoos this ball right here. Tried to sneak a fastball in on him? No way. Drives it to deep left center field gap, and that was a nice job to get the barrel around in time to score that baby up.
Comstock comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
Keith Comstock.
Into the box now, Dan Pascal, as he looks at a fastball on the inside corner for strike one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Got to believe you're going to get some tough pitches in this count with the base open at first. This is where you have to regroup and find a way to get a good pitch to drive in that run.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
At the plate now, Ivan Calderon, as he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball 1. 3 for 4 so far, and seeing it well in this ball game. One and one the count now. Has a look, now the pitch. Hit well towards the hole, and that's through into left, a base hit. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. Throw comes into third now, so they're at the corners here with only 1 out.
Up next for Chicago, the left fielder, Darryl Boston.
Into the box, Darryl Boston, and he fouls this one off. Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch.
Not a surprise to see that low splitter there. Anything with downward movement like that is going to be at the top of the list in a double play situation.
Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2. Runners are at the corners with 1 man out. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Next, it'll be Frank Thomas. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. And they just don't want to deal with Big Frank here, so they'll give him first on the intentional walk.
The batter, the shortstop.
Next for the Sox will be Ozzie Guillen, as he'll go to work with the bases loaded and 2 away. He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
It's moments like this as a pitcher when you feel the whole world is against you. You're already in hot water with the bases loaded, so it doesn't make life any easier when you're not getting calls that you think you should.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Calderon at second. Thomas on at first with 2 down. counts a ball and 2 strikes to the White Sox shortstop.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
Another 1-2 delivery. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Again, a 1-2. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. From the belt, the pitch. And he pops it up. Left fielder coming in. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. White Sox will strand 3. They lead it big, though. It's 12-3. Stepping in once again is Jeffrey Leonard, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Here's the first pitch. Hits it high and deep out to center field. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out.
Now back.
This guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies out deep on the first pitch of the inning.
So here is number 8. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
It's been more than 2 innings since this guy's allowed anyone to reach base. He looks pretty unbeatable on the bump right now.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A great job of changing speeds there. It's 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Here he comes again, 1-2. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Digging in now for the Mariners, Jim Presley. First offering on its way. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
2 outs here, and the focus needs to stay sharp. You don't want that lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Long run for the left fielder. He's through first and hustling for second. And now that'll hop over the wall. So he'll be at second here with 2 away on a ground rule double.
There's a deep fly ball. Doesn't quite get out of the ballpark, but it hits in the right spot as it bounces off that hard warning track and over the wall for a ground rule double. Not sure if he had triple on his mind, but I doubt he'll complain too much about getting to coast into second base.
Harold Reynolds is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. From the stretch. In the dirt here. And the runner will stay put, but the count moves to 2-0. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Four-seam heater right down the middle. I would have thought he popped a clutch on that pitch.
Here's the 2-1 home.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
I know he stole a strike right there, but he better be careful with that curveball. That's coming across and catching a lot of plate. And if he stays back, he's going to drive that thing with some serious authority.
Just hung in there on that one. Last chance for the Mariners. Swing and a liner. But this is going to land foul, so they'll tee it up again. 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first will take care of him, and the White Sox have taken the first 2 games of this series on the road as this one is over. 12-3 is the way this one ends. The Chicago White Sox get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Jack McDowell earns his first win of the season. Number 41 allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. Richard Dotson takes the rare 3-inning save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 1 minute. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting in the AL West, the White Sox swatted 4 home runs in this one as they sank the Mariners 12-3. The Angels relief pitcher, number 44, collected his first ever W at the big league level as the Angels disposed of Houston 2-1. The Dodgers picked up 14 hits in total as they defeated the A's in Oakland 6-1. Todd Myers earned his first career big league win on the mound as the Blue Jays claimed the win over the Rangers 4-3. The Orioles allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they pummeled the Yankees 6-0. The Tampa Bay Rays knocked out 12 hits as a team as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 7-1. Alan Trammell needed just a home run to complete the cycle, helping lead the Tigers past the Twins 7-4. The Cardinals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the Fish in Miami 5-1. The Phillies relief pitcher, number 52, got his first career win, leading the Fightin' Phils over the Mets 4-2. The Nationals put together 10 total hits as they took down the visiting Braves 5-3. The Milwaukee Brewers got 12 hits in this one as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 4-2. Jay Bell was just a home run short of the cycle as the Buccos took down the Reds 4-3. The Rockies took down the visiting Diamondbacks 3-0. The San Francisco Giants held their opponent to just 2 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 2-0. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.